Hi, thank you for visiting Vorian. My name is Vori, and if this is your first time, then a sub and a like to the channel would be greatly appreciated as always. Also, for those people up there, up top in the marquees, people that's been supporting me through Saweria, I thank you very much. My YouTube members as well, thank you. Thank you so much. And I gotta say, I'm sorry for the gameplay that you're seeing. My video is not moving on live stream, and I didn't realize of this technical issues back then. But now let's talk about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order thoroughly because I had some fun with this game. And maybe you could find some reasons as well to play the game or not. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, released in 2019, carved a unique niche in the Star Wars gaming landscape by delivering a challenging action-adventure experience with a strong narrative focus. So first of all, let's talk about the quality of the game in general, especially playing it in 2025. Even several years after its release, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order holds up remarkably well and remains a compelling experience for modern player. The visual, while not pushing the absolute bleeding edge of graphical fidelity in 2025, the game still boasts impressive environments, detailed character models, and stunning lighting effects, particularly during lightsaber combat. Amazing. The art direction is fantastic, faithfully capturing the aesthetic of the Star Wars universe. On modern hardware, it runs smoothly and looks great. And what you're seeing right now is not even the best. It's probably medium at best, this performance what you're seeing right now. The core gameplay loop of exploration, puzzle solving, and challenging combat remains engaging. The controls are responsive and the progression system offers meaningful upgrades. The narrative is well paced and features memorable characters. The game offers multiple difficulty levels, allowing players of varying skill levels to enjoy the experience. However, some of its design choices, particularly in navigation, might feel slightly dated compared to more recent open world titles with more intuitive guidance systems. Now, talking about difficulties, I mean, people probably prefer it if they're playing a game without difficulties nowadays, but maybe some wants to just kind of enjoy the story while having fun still with the action that is in the game. Overall, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order remains a high-quality action-adventure game that can be thoroughly enjoyed by modern players. Its strong mechanics and engaging story outweigh any minor dated aspects. Oh, talk about technical and stability. Generally, the game is stable, through some minor bugs or glitches might still be encountered sometimes on the PC version. Patches have addressed many of the initial issues, but I did not experience any of the bugginess. I'm not sure, even if I'm pushing it through for my device, for my, gaming device. And how do you think it will feel if you're not a Star Wars fan playing this game? Even without prior investment in the Star Wars universe, Jedi Fallen Order offers a compelling and enjoyable experience. First of all, the narrative, while set within the established timeline, focuses on a new character and his personal journey. Prior knowledge of the wider Star Wars lore isn't strictly necessary to understand and appreciate the core story of survival, loss, and finding purpose. The themes explored, overcoming adversity, the importance of friendship, and the fight against oppression are universal and resonate regardless of fandom. This is the themes that will bring up when you're playing the game. And the gameplay itself is very engaging, satisfying combat, rewarding exploration, clever puzzles stand on their own merit. The thrill of mastering lightsaber techniques and force power is inherently enjoyable, even without the Star Wars context. And the world building is very intriguing. The game does a good job of introducing the Star Wars universe through its environments, characters, and lore snippets. Non-fans might find themselves intrigued by this rich and imaginative world, potentially sparking an interest in broader franchise. While Star Wars fans will undoubtedly appreciate the deeper connection and references in Jedi Fallen Order, functions perfectly well as standalone action-adventure game with a compelling narrative and engaging gameplay for those unfamiliar with the galaxy far away. Now, how does it feel playing it as a Star Wars fan? Okay, here we go. For Star Wars enthusiasts, Jedi Fallen Order is a deeply satisfying and often exhilarating experience. Hey, you do sound like a Star Wars fan just now. Well, maybe I am, but I am a mid type. You know, I'm not that deep into the Star Wars lore. I sometimes even forget like main characters or even key characters' names. But the experience of having adventure outer space, it's best presented by Star Wars by far, in my opinion. Okay, it has some authentic Star Wars feel. The game nails the atmosphere of the Star Wars universe, from the iconic sound effects and John Williams' musical score to the meticulously crafted environments and familiar enemy types. The game feels authentically Star Wars. It's just you're playing in a Star Wars world. We're not even going to talk about the other Star Wars game later. I'll save that for later. The lightsaber combat fantasy fulfilled. The lightsaber combat is a major highlight. The way and impact of each swing, the ability to deflect blaster bolts, and the powerful force abilities allow players to truly feel like a Jedi Knight. Mastering these skills is incredibly rewarding. The game cleverly weaves into the existing Star Wars canon, exploring the aftermath of Order 66 and introducing new characters and planets that feel consistent with the established lore. Fans will appreciate the nods to the films and the other media. The narrative resonates deeply with fans due to its exploration of themes central to Star Wars, such as struggle between good and evil, the importance of hope, and the legacy of the Jedi, witnessing Cal Kestis' journey of self-discovery and his connection to the Force is emotionally engaging for those invested in the universe. Now, exploring new planets and uncovering hidden secrets, including Force echoes that reveal snippets of past events, adds another layer of enjoyment for fans eager to delve deeper into the Star Wars lore. Now, playing Jedi Fallen Order as a Star Wars fan is a dream come true. It offers a genuine and immersive experience that allows players to live out their Jedi fantasies within a compelling and lore-rich narrative. Okay, so some people, or maybe some medias even out there, talks about the game as if it's a Souls-like game. Is that true? The comparison to Souls-like games is not unfounded, though Jedi Fallen Order does not fully embrace all aspects of the subgenre. Here's why the connection is often made. Maybe because of the challenging combat, enemies can be surprisingly tough, and simply button mashing will quickly lead to defeat. The combat emphasizes precise timing, parrying, dodging, and understanding enemy attack patterns. And the death system is sort of punishing. Upon death, you lose any progress since your last meditation point. It's like the bonfires in what's the game name? Elden Ring or Souls-like even. While you don't lose experience points, enemies respawn, forcing you to re-clear areas. Healing stims are limited, and you need to find opportunities to use them strategically during combat. And while not direct a stamina bar, managing your attack combos, parries, and force abilities requires careful consideration. Running out of force can leave you vulnerable. Exploring can lead to valuable upgrades and secrets, but it also often puts you in danger of encountering challenging enemies, so you might want to take a lot of care to your Cal Kestis. Similar to Souls games, the environment and item description often hints at the lore and backstory, encouraging players to pay attention to details. However, Jedi Fallen Order deviates from the Souls-like formula in several key ways. The difficulty options, definitely not having that on Souls-like. Linear progression, while exploration is encouraged, the overall story progression is more linear than the often interconnected and labyrinthine worlds of Souls game. Stronger narrative focus. In Jedi Fallen Order has a much more prominent and traditional narrative with divine characters and cutscenes compared to the more cryptic storytelling of Souls games. Less emphasis on grinding. While you do earn skill points, the focus is more on mastering combat techniques and finding upgrades rather than repetitive grinding for levels. So in conclusion, Jedi Fallen Order borrows several core tenets from the Souls-like genre, particularly its challenging combat and punishing death systems. However, it blends these elements with a more traditional action-adventure structure and a stronger narrative focus, making it a more approachable experience while still offering a satisfying level of difficulty. It's more accurate to describe it as a Souls-light, or a game heavily inspired by the Souls formula. Now, so what's so good about the gameplay mechanics anyway? I keep mentioning this. Is it that interesting, that intriguing up until the end of the game. You'll still be satisfied playing it. Well, yes, the core of the gameplay revolves around the lightsaber combat, which is both visually impressive and mechanically deep. The parry system is crucial and satisfying to master, leading to opportunities for counterattacks. Different stances and force abilities add layers as well to the strategy. The environments are well designed with hidden pathways, collectibles are out there, environmental puzzles that encourage through explorations out there, and utilizing force powers to traverse the environment adds a unique dimension to platforming. So instead of picturing it as a modern day open world game, it's a linear single player, maybe releases in mid-20s type of game, mid-2000s type of game, sorry about that. And also there's also a meaningful progression system like earning skill points and unlocking new force abilities. Combat techniques will feel much more impactful then, and allow players to customize their playstyle is another great feature. Upgrading call stats and finding new lightsaber parts provide tangible rewards for exploration. The integration of force powers also feels very seamless. The force power are not just tag on abilities, they are seamlessly integrated into both combat and exploration, using force push, pull, and slow, manipulate enemies, and a lot of stuff like that. The difficulty curve also well paced. While challenging, the difficulty feels generally well balanced, gradually introducing new enemy types and combat mechanics, allowing players to learn and adapt. And also, there's this relationship with the little robot on the back there, BD1. Cal's droid companion, BD1, is more than just a sidekick. He provides valuable information, assists with puzzles, and offers healing, making him an integral part of the gameplay experience. Now, I would like to say something to someone that loves playing RPG genres, RPG type of games. If you enjoy games with a character progression, meaningful skill tree, and compelling narrative with well-developed characters, then Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is definitely worth checking out. While it's primarily an action-adventure game, it incorporates satisfying RPG elements. You'll earn experience, unlock new abilities and upgrades for Cal, and customize his lightsaber. The story is rich, engaging, focusing on Cal's journey and his relationships with other characters as well. The exploration aspect also allows you to discover lore and secrets that deepen the world building, which is something RPG fans often appreciate. Think of it as an action-packed RPG with a strong emphasis on combat and exploration within the beloved Star Wars universe. Now, if you love action games, then you'll probably think of it almost the same. Because if you look for challenge, rewarding action game, and then this is it. It's worth checking out. There are lots of environmental puzzles. There are also strong enemies that you would like to check out and try to beaten with your technique alone, not only having like a super power high level type of thing weapon that will defeat monsters easier than it should. So in summary, let me tell you this: Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is a critically acclaimed action adventure game set in the Star Wars universe. It offers a compelling narrative following the journey of Cal Kestis, a young Padawan survivor of Order 66. The game features challenging and rewarding lightsaber combat reminiscent of Souls-like games, engaging exploration with environmental puzzles and meaningful progression system. So for those of you that are familiar with Star Wars, check this out please. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Jedi Fallen Order remains a high-quality title in 2025, offering a memorable and engaging adventure in the galaxy far, far away. Once again, subs and likes to support the channel, and thank you for visiting Varian.